That's the way I keep it, man. I get fly for me. I get high for me. Don't get it confused, cause you liking what you see. Don't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. For the small amount of you guys that like sports related content, this video is primarily for you. Make sure to leave your comments down below and also leave a like on this video. Today we're going to be focusing on last night's game of the Atlanta Hawks versus the New York Knicks. We're focusing on, specifically speaking, the remaining 16.4 seconds of last night's defeat. We have a one lead advantage for the Knicks, 108 to 107. Now, we have an inbound play here, in which I'm not mad about. You know what I'm saying? It's the play that proceeds afterwards that I'm mad about. So Atlanta here, their best option on the floor right now is CJ McCollum, and then I would assume that their secondary option would be Jonathan Kuminga. So this play plays out. CJ ends up getting the ball off of the curl, pulls up for a two, and he manages to rise above his defender and land the shot, making it, thus leading to them going up by one. Now, I'm not mad about that because in the NBA, we do have mismatches, right? So on his defending side, we got Deuce McBride. He is shorter than CJ McCollum, which allows CJ to rise easily above him and shoot this shot. So let me show you guys the play here. So here he comes off of the curl, a little step back, shoots above him, and it's a great shot. I'm not going to lie to you guys. He is very much underrated as a player because over the years he has lost a step or two. I'm not going to be lying to you guys. CJ McCollum was not always the best options in the last couple of years, but he has proven himself since he has come over to Atlanta, and specifically speaking in these playoffs, he's shooting rather decent when it comes down to his numbers. So I knew he was going to make this shot. But this is the main reason as to why it is very hard to be a New York fan in sports. Now, me personally, I have turned over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? I have put a lot of faith in New York as a whole when it comes down to the basketball side of things, because the Knicks have been playing stellar in the past couple of seasons. And specifically speaking, this season, they have played their asses off. They have deserved to be the top three in the conference. They have earned it. You know what I'm saying? Playing stellar basketball. New York fan base is showing up to the game. Everybody doing their part. So when it comes down to it, this season has been relatively great. I'm looking for them to beat the Hawks, but we get a moment, specifically speaking, in this video in which this showcases why it's hard to be a New York fan, because we have low IQ moments. So let me show you. We get a little timeout call, and we get an inbound play here. Now, if you're on the offensive side, right, your thoughts right now is to get the ball in the hands of the number one option on the floor right now. So their best option is to give the ball to Jalen Brunson. Now, if you're on the defensive side, which is the Hawks, your mindset is to basically not let the number one option get the ball. And that is very much showcased here because he is being heavily guarded right now. Their number one option is Jalen Brunson, their point guard, not their big man in Karl Anthony Towns. Their number one option is Jalen Brunson. Now, why do we not have Mikal Bridges on the floor at this particular moment? Honestly, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. You just seen on the opposite side, Deuce McBride get scored on by CJ McCollum. I would have had Mikal Bridges guarding CJ. That would have made it a whole lot tougher for him to get that ball off because now the defender is not so much small, you know? No offense to Deuce, but I'm literally pointing out that he's so much smaller. It was so easy for CJ to rise up above him and shoot over him. Whereas Mikal Bridges is a little bit more defensive and he has a little bit more height compared to Deuce McBride. But okay, so we're the Hawks. We know that Jalen Brunson is going to somehow try to get his hands on the ball, and we're not going to let you. So here's the inbound play. You got Josh Hart looking for Jalen Brunson. He can't get him the ball. He inbounds the ball, and it ends up in Karl Anthony Towns' hands. What does Karl Anthony Towns do? He quickly shuffles the ball back to Josh Hart. And his first thought is to try to free up my point guard to give him the ball. Now, that's not a bad thought, but in this particular moment here, you're trying to win a game. If he is heavily guarded, somebody else has to step up and take that shot. Why is it not you? Why are you not looking to get the ball? Let me go ahead and keep playing the play. Look at Karl Anthony Towns. He's wide open as shit, bro. This is what makes me fucking mad right here. You're getting disrespected. Look at your defender. He literally said, you not shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's disrespecting you. He dropped back. He does not perceive you as a threat. Instead of guarding you right here at the three-point line, he dropped back to the freaking paint because he has to protect the paint at all costs because he is the center and he's on the defensive side. But the point given here is, Josh Hart, you're holding the ball, you're wide open, and yet you're darting to free up somebody that's heavily guarded instead of calling for the ball. You shoot these shots all game long, and I'm sick and tired of seeing him shoot threes. I want him to play in the paint more often, but he's shooting really good from three. So why not take your shot in this particular moment? Why make it harder and go towards this? This situation is terrible right now because Jalen Brunson is trying his best to get free, and he can't. They're covering him so good. And you're wide open. Look at your defender. He's all the way over here. If you would have just taken the time to turn around and see that he's not guarding you, you could have took that three-point shot and you could have sanked it and we could have won the game. But instead, what are we doing? We're taking time off the clock. That's what we're doing. This is why it's so hard to be a fan in New York sports. Look at this. And then we got Josh Hart holding the ball for so long. He comes all the way around the Karl Anthony Towns hip check screen here to give Jalen Brunson the ball. Now, take a look at who was down in the middle. That's the big man closing in to guard Jalen Brunson. Because as a defensive mindset, the number one option is getting the ball. We cannot let him score. So here he comes. He comes closing in. And then here comes Jonathan Kuminga applying extra pressure. Jonathan Kuminga is defensive. Although he's a little more offensive, but he plays solid defense. And he's a veteran. You know what I'm saying? He's coming from the Golden State Warriors. He won a chip with them. And he knows exactly what to do in these final moments. So he leaves Josh Hart and decides to double team Jalen Brunson. Now, if you're getting doubled in this particular moment, you either have one or two options. You either shoot the ball and become the hero over two defenders, or you try your best to get someone else involved. So, in many moments, we have seen Jalen Brunson decide to take that selfish shot, but as of lately, he's been getting others involved. So, when he gets double teamed, he ends up throwing the ball out towards Josh Hart, who then leads to turning the ball over. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Double team right there. He has to pass the ball out. Now, I don't know why he decided to throw it to Josh Hart and not throw it to Anunoby, who is a freaking crazy man when it comes down to being in the paint. Like, his vert is literally insane. Why not dish the ball to him? Instead, you give it to Josh Hart, of all people. And look at the coverage, bro. First and foremost, Jonathan Kuminga, you were double teaming way over here. How is it that he's able to get back into this play right here when the ball's being turned over? He's able to outbeat you, Josh Hart, considering the fact that he was double teaming Jalen Brunson. Now, Josh Hart, he doesn't dive in this moment. Why did you not dive? Now, obviously, they probably couldn't do that much with that many seconds left on the clock. But I want to see the effort, you know? Dive for that ball because it's being turned over. This is your final moments of the game. And you guys just threw it away, literally and physically.
Tryna make my mama proud of me. I hope my mama proud of me, cause I dubbed college just so I could focus on a dream. I know my mama died of me, salute me, nasty down with me. Now two bros going back and forth, sibling rivalry. This guy gotta be, do numbers like the lottery. The coldest every winter, every summer, nothing hot.